One love, God bless. Fire Nelson here, and I'm here to talk to you about the effects of music. So, music is a very powerful, frequency. It's a very powerful invention. It's a very powerful, ancient, used, vibration that I think we really downplay in society. Like maybe we lost connection to the real root of music and we don't just hold it in such appreciation anymore. Or maybe music has always been kind of downplayed and messed with and tampered with and used to manipulate people and things like this. Because obviously there's good music, but we can obviously see that there's bad music. And the bad music seems to be what is getting pushed to the mainstream more and more. It's a real scenario of the devil really playing in plain sight. We have to be strong and hold our will not to get sucked into these frequencies, because this is what music is. Music is a frequency. Music is a actual vibration. If you turn music up, you will actually feel the vibration that's giving off more. But regardless if the music is all the way up or halfway up, you're picking up these vibrations because we're water-based beings. 98% of us or something like this is water. We are mostly made up of water. So we pick up on vibrations more than we even realize. And this affects us in different ways. This is why there's different types of frequency, meditation music and stuff like this, because it does different things to our bodies. It's actually affecting us more than we even realize. So we have to realize it's not some, made up thing. Like this is a real scientifically proven fact that music and frequencies in general affect us in different ways. So you might not even notice, but in a scary movie, other than like, of course, the classic screeching, scary sounds and stuff, but scary movies use real subtle background music of frequencies to get you feeling anxious and scared and get you feeling these feelings. And this is what is being used on a more wide stream basis. I mean, how more wide stream is really the movies, actually. But we don't realize that it's happening to us outside of the movie theater as well, outside of our, daily consumption of TV and movies. When we're watching a movie, we know why we feel scared. We know why we feel anxious. We know why we feel worried, because we're worried about this cast member or this character, or so we know why this is happening. But in our day-to-day life, if we're listening to this music that's putting off these similar frequencies that these scary movies are using, and then on top of that, the lyrics and what they're saying are traumatic and fear-based and greed-based and lack-based. If this is what you're listening to on a daily basis, then it's going to affect you in different ways that you wouldn't be able to pick up on right away. It's going to be a slow progress. Like when we listen to music that isn't really comforting, that isn't really, peaceful, that isn't pushing a positive message, when we listen to this music, it lowers our vibration. It lowers our happiness. It lowers our positivity. We might think that we're feeling positive in that moment. We might think, I'm gonna go to that block and shoot them up, and all this type of music, and the booty shaking and the sexy reds, and you might think that this music, just because it's got your head bumping, that it's got you like rocking out, that oh yeah, this is good for me, this is positive music, this is empowering music. I mean, it's got you head bobbing, it's got you dancing, it's got you shaking, doing things you ain't never did before, But I'm here to tell you, it's fake. It's not real satisfaction. It's not real joy. It's instant gratification. Instant gratification is the killer of real joy, because instant gratification is usually stuff that isn't very good for you. Unless you're talking about eating, then you can get some instant gratification from eating watermelon, instant gratification from eating some avocado. But lots of people, when they go for instant gratifications in the physical form, it's unhealthy for you. When you just want some fast food, when you just, want to binge watch some TV instead of going out and making something out of your day, These instant gratifications, going to candy, going to sweets, going to whatever it is, these instant gratifications are what hold us back from our true potential. Constantly changing these instant gratifications. So we have to realize that these instant gratifications of head bobbing and this and that, it can still be feeling like it's a joyful thing, and it can lift up your mood for sure. But in the long run, it's teaching you and showing you ways and habits that aren't going to be productive in your life in the long run. It's promoting things to you that is destructive to your mentality. So when you're listening to these rap and some rock music, but just especially the rap music that's been coming out, especially recently, it takes you down a dark place without you even realizing it, a place of greed, because now you just want all these designer clothes, right? Now you want a cool car because this is what they're talking about. How many people got the Dodge Chargers and all different types of things, and everybody wanted the Jeep or the Hellcats, and this is all because music pushed it to you, when they could have definitely just got a cheaper option or something even better for that same price. So we have to realize that we are being manipulated through the music in many different ways. Lots of these artists that are signed don't have the best, interest at hand. They don't care after a certain point if they're influencing people to do bad things, because now they have this big house. Now everybody's watching them. Now they have these nice cars. Now they have all these expenses, and they got to keep up with these expenses. And if they start switching up and make that risk to switch up, and the label's making that risk to switch up, because usually they're signed under someone who's, really controlling them. But that's a whole nother topic. But when they have these epiphanies or these awakenings and they want to switch up, usually they aren't able to, because they know that lots of times the system doesn't push positivity. Lots of times the system doesn't push something. If you got known for doing this negative thing, people want to see you keep doing that. And it's a sad cycle where people have to keep portraying this image, even though they know it's wrong, even though they know they're killing people, even though they know they don't even live that life anymore, and they have to keep portraying that image and pushing that image because they have all these expenses. And so what does that make them? Nothing but a slave. So we're over here idolizing and looking up to and being manipulated by slaves, when we are supposed to be the free ones. We're supposed to be the ones that actually are controlling who is actually at the top. But instead, we really are just being controlled. It's whoever has the nicest life, because honestly, anybody nowadays with a big enough team can sound good on a beat that's been mass manipulated, and every single bar sounds like a tweet, and people can buy these type of things. And if they got a big enough budget, they can push these types of things, so where you just already think of them as a superstar. All they need is a fancy chain, and you guys are shocked like raccoons or squirrels. We'd have to stop idolizing these people and realizing there's so much other music out there that isn't so flashy, isn't so always quick to be in a headbanger. But once you start to realize this music is healing, and once you start to get acclimated to the music, you start appreciating it more. So what type of music am I talking about? Because I've only talked about the negative music so far. But the music I'm talking about, of course, is the reggae music. This is the number one healing music, I say. But I'll keep going. Jazz. You know, you want to start listening to classical, meditation music. You know, you want to listen to even gospel music. Whatever you want to. There's dub, where it's just reggae dub. You know, there's all different types of music. There's Ethiopian music. There's tons of music. But music really does matter. You want to pick a music that has a good high vibration, you know? And I say reggae is the best music because it's actually music of the Most High. It's music of people who are praising the Most High the most in their music, other than gospel music, of course. But I think reggae gives you that headbanger and it gives you that praise, you know, especially artists like SZA and, you know, of course, Bob Marley or Gregory Isaacs. There's a bunch out there, though. There's a bunch. Buju Banton. You know, there's tons and tons and tons that I can name off if I had my playlist in front of me. But I have just tons and tons of just whole albums of beautiful music praising the Most High, and they are all headbangers. And you don't have to listen to this rap music and this heavy devil rock music and screamo and this crazy techno and dubstep. You don't have to listen to these things to get a good vibration, to get a good, you know, drive home, to have a good little day skateboarding or riding around or at work or wherever you listen to your music at. You don't need these things to get you pumped up and all this and that, because regardless if you realize it or not, all this talk about, you know, materialism and heartbreak and, you know, no friends and you know, objectifying females, this stuff gets into our subconscious until it becomes a part of us as well. When I switched my music choice, because I used to be heavily into rap, of course, you know, I say of course, well, hopefully it's not of course now, but I was heavily into rap, and I could tell when I started awakening and started coming into my true self, how I'd be influenced by the music, how different I'd feel and almost out of aligned I'd feel when I was listening to these lyrics that I used to listen to, like, you know, talking about drugs, sex, designer, you know, material stuff, just cars, all these things. And it just makes you feel like strange inside. It's not even a lack, because it's not like I really wanted those things, but it's just like I wasn't even thinking of those things until they said it. And this is what it does. This is what, you know, the industry wants, because it's all a cycle, you know? Everybody's working together in some type of way. Everybody's profiting in some type of way. The designers are profiting from the record label owners, and the record label owners are profiting from the designer brand somehow, and everything is connected more than we think. And we're left out of that step. You know, the weird elites, you know, is whatever you want to call them, that are keeping this supremacy above us and keeping us impoverished and keeping us, you know, where it's the upper class and the lower class and even the middle class is starting to be such a huge gap. Just to get to the middle class now, you have to make $100,000 a year, you know? So this is what they want. They want us to look for things that we shouldn't be looking for. They want us to be buying things that we shouldn't be buying, because honestly can't afford them. If you can't buy something, 5 to 10 times, right then and there, you don't have to buy it 5 to 10 times. But whatever you're buying, if you can't buy 5 of them at least, you shouldn't be buying it. If you're buying something and your account has $100 left in it, you shouldn't be buying it. You should always have a savings. You should always have more than enough, because one, money of course is supposed to be spent, but we don't need to spend money on these egotistic things. You want to get you a savings so that you're able to spend money in ways that are going to enrich your life, like traveling, experiencing new things, helping others who may need help. And guess what? You have had this savings so you can help your grandma, you can help your mom, you can help your uncle. You want to be spending these things on experiences, not on designer clothes. Of course you want to be clothed, but you don't need the new designer. And then when the next season drop, you're like, oh, I can't wear this, so I need to buy another thing and another thing. And this is what happens. We get into this cycle. But this is what the music does if you're not aware of what you're listening to. I don't care if it's Nicki Minaj. I don't care if it's Cardi B. I don't care if it's Taylor Swift. I don't care. They are pushing vibrations that are lowering your positivity, lowering your life, lowering your actual true happiness. I'm begging you, just because, and I say I'm begging you because if you change, then that's one more positive person pushing positivity and helping change the world. It starts like that. It's a stepping stone. Each of us changing changes others and changes others. But I'm begging you to change your music for just a month at least. Listen to whatever you want. You heard the list: reggae dub, gospel, meditation music, classical, jazz, any type of music, soul music even. If you want to go to the 80s or something like that and you want to get some good soul music, listen to some good 80s soul music, even some Nigerian music, not too crazy, but they have some good music, but you want to get away from this super Americanized, pushing products and pushing, labels onto us and pushing these mindsets and these type of stereotypes of how this person's supposed to look and this person's supposed to look and this guy's supposed to act and this girl's supposed to act. We don't want to get into this brainwashing system. We want to get out of it, and I'm telling you, it's a blessing when you do. I didn't even realize how important it was until I actually started doing it. Started realizing, wow, the music is changing me. The music is helping me change into a better person and stay more on point. Like, it even came to a point where I could see myself driving differently when I'm listening to some rap music compared to when I'm listening to some reggae or some jazz music. So it was just little things that kept adding up that I was like, I even feel safer listening to this calming vibration, this high vibration music. So it's not a game thing. If you want to heal yourself, listen to some healing music, especially during your meditations. The hertz music, the high hertz music, the 500, 400, I don't know the exact thing, 452, whatever. I don't know the exact things off the top of my head. But these high level hertz music for meditation, you want to be listening to these things and letting them heal your body, because they actually are doing something, especially if you're listening to them loud and, maybe got a speaker nearby. Keep your phone off and away from you. It doesn't have to be completely off, because it might be playing the music that's connected to the speaker, but keep your phone away from you, so that light that comes up sometimes when you get a text, you don't see it, you don't hear it, nothing like that. And just let the music heal you in your meditations and your prayers. This is going to really help you in your journey. But you want to definitely be aware of what you're listening to, because it's going to change your life for the better. It take 30 days, change your music, and it will change your life. As crazy as it sounds, kind of, or it might not sound crazy at all, but your music matters. And it's affecting you more than you think. It's making you sad, it's making you glad, it's making you, feel lack, it's making you feel greed, it's making you feel anxiety, depression. But you want to try to just listen to music that's going to make you feel serenity, peace, joy, bliss, and a connection to the Most High. So good luck on your journey. Listen to some good vibrations. I definitely recommend reggae. If you want me to make a reggae playlist, let me know. Drop a comment. I'll make a reggae playlist that's public for everybody, and we could do that. But stay safe on your journey. If you haven't, please subscribe, like, comment, share. And I appreciate everybody that's been doing that already. One love.